There is the third under 18 under 20 championship due to get underway, and the National Sports Commission has officially constituted a local organizing committee for the third combined African under 18 and under 20 athletics championship, scheduled to hold on the 16th of July to the 20th of July this year in Abeokuta. How prepared is this committee? We understand there are 15 distinguished professionals from different province sports, administration, and corporate affairs. Well, the appointment of this committee should underscore the Commission's commitment to delivering a world-class championship that meets with global standards. And Epo, I'd like to ask, do you think this committee will deliver the best for over 500 junior athletes that will come from across Africa?
I think they will. They will. I mean, they are using Ogun State because Ogun State will also, by then, the festival would have come and gone. Olapade is the one who is at the of affairs, and then Wasi Isiaka. So, arguably, these are names that would be partaking in the administrative affairs of the festival, and so it's just normal that you pick selected names that will also continue from there. So I think it's a well thought out idea. In terms of administration, I don't think they're going to have hitches in area of getting the right people to man the affairs, but then it's about preparing harder. The edifice will still be new, it will still be fine, so it's just a continuation from there, but it goes beyond that. I just hope that they will also look at. So for me, generally, it's fine. It's because it's going to be an offshoot of what we are going to see at the National Sports Festival this month in Ogun State. And basically, if it's manpower, fine. But I'm looking at the logistics, I'm looking at the funding, I'm looking at the other areas that the committee will now have to do to ensure that they meet up to the demands of time.
500 junior athletes from across Africa, 53 countries to be specific, will be in Abeokuta to Ogun State to be participate in this one, and it is a major African meet. Yes, we saw the National Sports Fair with its facilities. Do you think this will be good enough for these 53 countries athletes coming together?
I think so. Ogun State have really done so well in the area of housing, accommodation, strength, facilities, building infrastructures that are good enough. I think that they are also going to bask in the euphoria of the National Sports Festival, which will just be ending. So for me, 500, if you can house 10,000, 15,000 athletes, and then other contingents that come with every team in the state, I don't think 500 will be a problem. I don't see that at all. I only think that they have to plan it in such a way that the athletes will enjoy their stay, because not just about the competition, it's also part of exposure. And Ogun State has a lot of grants for that. So I think that if the committee live up to expectation as we expect, it will be fine too. And besides, they need these competitions to keep the facilities already built, going on. So I'm not afraid of the fact that they are going to live up to expectation when it comes to planning and executing.
Well, let's hope that this committee put together will do its very best to give a credible hosting to the third biennial African Championship for the under 18 and under 20 across 53 African countries that will converge in a few weeks from now and on Ogun State. And I think this is taking international sports to Nigeria as well. What do you think of this administration getting involved in hosting major international sporting championship?
Part of what Malam Shehu Diko has done since his emergence is to move around the continent of Africa to see that they can attract some of these competitions. Those moves, those working visits and all that from one country to the other. He was in Morocco recently and all that. Those moves is geared towards sealing some of those moves, because it's about CAF want to host something, or maybe an athletic confederation want to host something, or a particular sporting unit want to host something at the African continent. Come on, we have the facilities here, and that's the first thing they want to know. Do you have the accommodation strength? We have the logistic to provide for you. And that's what country want to know. The likes of South Africa, the bilateral activity that goes on with them and these unions at the confederal level is because of the fact that they have something to present. So I think that now that we have something to present, it's easier. Look at what is happening. Before now, we don't have cricket ground. But now that we have overs in Nigeria, I mean, we've seen what Abeokuta has really done in terms of bringing some of this cricket home. So I think it's the same thing. We talk in football. Look at what Morocco, Egypt, someone are doing in other competitions. So when you have good edifice, when you have good place to host, all these competitions, I mean, it's easier for you to attack because you have something to place in the table. So I think that is what we are leveraging on, especially Madam Shehu Diko and the NLC. They are leveraging on to get this thing, to Nigeria. And of course, nobody hosts a major tournament as National Sports Festival, termed the Nigerian Olympiad, and then countries will not, or a confederation will not want to also host such big things there because all those edifices are still new, infrastructures are still tight, and that place, the state will want to, continue to be behind of activity. So I think it's well timed, and I'm very sure that they will get it done. And thank God it's youth grade competition, not like the full-fledged senior athletics meet. So I'm thinking that it's a right direction, it's a right call in the right direction, and kudos to the NSC for this.
Talk about the relationship between countries at the sporting event. I think in the recent days, Nigeria and China has been in the news, and it has not been for very good reasons, I must say. In that bid, there has been diplomatic move by the Chinese embassy to ensure that the relationship with Nigeria is brought to a smooth one after refusal of visa, or do I say late approval of visa, led to Nigeria not participating at the just concluded world release that took place in Zhengzhou, China. Do you think this bilateral relationship between Nigeria and China, when it concerns the sporting sector, will be smooth any moment soon?
It will be smooth. I don't have a challenge with that. I think it will be smooth. Is something needs to happen for us to see some bit of change in an area, and I think that what has happened is also an eye opener. But we are not new to this. I mean, but then the Chinese government, they are very smart to know that yes, something would have happened. And you look at it critically. They have the courage to come out, the confidence to come out to say it wasn't totally their fault. And because truly, I mean, there was a crack, along the administrative line in terms of communication channels that would have resulted to all this. So basically, I think that for them to cope, future occurrence, I'd have to come together and mitigate that immediately, because you cannot have an embassy in Nigeria, the High Commissioner, the diplomat, or the ambassador would have also come out to, I mean, this is not good at all for the relationship we should share with Nigeria. So I think it's the right step in the right direction, meeting with Diko and his team to see that, yes, so sorry about what has happened, but we need to ensure that it doesn't occur again. And by so doing, creating a better communication channel, and as assistant to Nigeria, because they will continue to have more tournaments like this in the future.